We're going to talk about cumin, and this is what the cumin seed looks like. Cumin is native to the Middle East, stretching as far east as India, and the seed is actually contained within the fruit. Oftentimes, the flavor and essence of the seed is not really fully unleashed until you do one of two things: either grind it up fresh or dry roast it. Let's dry roast it, and I'm going to show you how we can elevate the power of this very earthy, aromatic seed to another level. I've got a dry pan here, and I'm just going to go ahead and take about a tablespoon of the seed and put it on high heat. And for the next 5 minutes or so, we are going to dry roast the seed. Now, why 5 minutes? In about 30 seconds, we're about to unleash the new roasted hue and smell or aroma of this seed. I can already smell it. Were somebody to walk into my home and say, "Oh, what's for dinner?" It's because they would smell this roasted cumin. It wants to burn. Okay, if you come close, you're gonna see it wants to burn. It wants to catch that heat. It wants to turn dark, dark, dark quickly. Manipulating heat is exceptionally important, my friends. So watch how I've got a gas stove. I manipulate heat all the time. If you've got electric, it's a little different. But you want to agitate these seeds so that every corner, every surface of the seed is capturing the heat and evolving from dry roast to from a dry cumin to a roasted cumin seed. And the floral roasted nature is just growing in intensity. Now you may say, well, stop then. I could stop after 30 seconds when I first got that hint of the aroma. But why do I keep going? Well, let me show you why. Because I want to achieve this. Look how much darker it is relative to its native color. And what do I ultimately want to do? I'll show you. I want to achieve this. Look at that powder. Look at how beautiful and bronze it is. That bronzy nature can only be revealed after minutes and minutes of roasting. It adds a deep note that you didn't know was possible. Roasted ground cumin is an incredible entity. So when you cook with cumin, go ahead and turn on your pan, dry roast your cumin, grind it up, and elevate your cuisine to a new level. I just want to remind you of something. You never want to grind the cumin as soon as you've heated it up. Allow it to rest and come down. Take the pan off of the stove. And actually, one could say, go ahead and liberate the seeds from the pan. Why is that important? Otherwise, they'll continue to cook and remain hot. It will take that much longer for them to come down to room temperature. So allow this to sit before putting it in your spice grinder. Next on my culinary passport masaladan is turmeric. So turmeric is from the ginger family, and it comes from a rhizome or root, much as ginger does. And the turmeric root, unlike the ginger root, when cut in cross section, imparts a yellowy, fiery yellowy orange hue, unlike ginger, which is kind of drab and beige. That is cut in slivers, allowed to dry, and ground up into a powder. Haldi has medicinal properties and is rooted in Ayurvedic medicine. So we use it for digestion. If you have an upset stomach, you take a glass of milk, a teaspoon of turmeric, and spin it around and drink it up, and it relieves indigestion. It stimulates bile production and relieves the gallbladder and of its toxins, if you will. It detoxifies the liver. It's used as a face pack for lightening, removal of blemishes, skincare. True story. On the day of my wedding or the day before my wedding, depending on when you do the turmeric or haldi ceremony, turmeric is added to water and oil and made into a paste and applied to a bride's skin. The groom does it separately with his family. and it's laid on there by all the married women of the family, willing that the bride have glistening, gorgeous skin on the day of her wedding, free of cuts and scars and blemishes. It's a tradition. And I still remember my Haldi ceremony over 20 years ago when my mom and her sisters and my aunties came to the home to adorn my skin with this yellow Haldi pack. It sounds a little scary, but it's tradition. And were you to ask the brides of India about their Haldi ceremony, they probably all have a personal story to relate.